Hello, I'm called Tim. I'm a member of the economic bottom 1%. All I have is the knowledge in my head, and I'll gladly share them with you. Um, One of the things I want to talk about is the reason why I always say I'm in the bottom 1%, and that is because I am a black scholar. Now, scholars basically go through information, do an analysis of current information as well as historical information so that they can put us in a context. And we will usually bring it to a community and say, based on what we're doing, what we've done, this is where we can go. Based on what we have, technology and so forth, this is where we can go. Based on what we have, this is what we need to go to the next level. Some scholars like me will also roll up our sleeves and say we can also do, I can help out, not just sift through the information, but I could bring about. Some of us invent things, some of us move forward in that way. I'm currently working on studying, trying to study programming, and it's very interesting so that I can write programs, computer programs. So this is what scholars do, and they bring it back to their community, and the community takes it and says, okay, um, we'll either give you the resources you need to do it, or somebody else in the community will say, based on what that scholar said, let me create this. Based on what that scholar said, let's do this, let's organize that. The problem with black scholars is that we don't have a community that's receptive or that was willing to receive information. Black people don't care. They're not interested in information at all. They're not interested in knowledge, and they're not interested in anything that's intangible. Black people see a building and they don't recognize it till the building is up and open. And they'll go in the apartments and say, "Oh, that's a nice building, and the lobby looks nice. The rooms are nice size, nice and big." And it never dawns on them that somebody designed this building. There was an architect. There were developers who saw land and space and said, "We can put a building here." Well, what's the dimensions? Well, based on the space, we want to have a little bit of space around the building. We want some green space, so maybe we need to make it this size. If we make the building this size, how many units do we want? Because we want a park, we want rooms that are a good size. And they designed it. This came from thoughts and ideas. What's it going to do to the water system? What's it going to do to the electrical system? What black people don't care about any of that. And you can see what situation or what condition we're in because we don't care about anything. So our scholars are starving, like me. And even when I write entertainment, which black people like, my entertainment is still thoughtful because I'm a scholar. So I write short stories and books and poetry. Poetry is powerful, but the short story is very entertaining. But black people don't want that either. They want stupidity. Men dressing up like women throwing drinks in each other's faces, women being ratchet, cursing each other out, men cursing each other out, men driving around in cars, um, men going to the strip club. This is what you're interested in. Some years ago, my wife said, "Why don't you have more male friends?" Well, first of all, I don't have a lot of friends because black people are not interested in scholarship, and I am. Black people are not interested in reality, and I am. But I said, I don't want to sit around in a bar doing nothing when my people are suffering genocide. And I don't want to sit around watching football games and basketball games on big screens when my people are being ethnically cleansed. Every city in New York, in the United States, New York, Newark, Chicago, Detroit, uh, Oakland, every single city, Charlotte, Columbia, South Carolina, we're being wiped off the face of the map. right? New Orleans. Why do I want to sit around and watch this stuff with my people being wiped off the face of the map? I'd rather work, study, and try to at least put messages out there. But being that I'm in this skin, I'm doomed. Doomed to a life of destitution. Because my people don't want information. They're comfortable in a state of stupidity. And it's not ignorance is bliss. We've gone beyond ignorance. We are in a state of stupidity, and it's killing us. But black people have decided that's okay. We just rather die stupid. So what is black scholars supposed to do? Well, some of us have given up. Some of us go and take regular 9 to 5 jobs and try to live a regular life. I'm beyond that. My consciousness won't let me do that. If I'm not working for the benefit of people, I can't do it. Okay? I can do a lot of labor. I've said this in other videos. I could do a lot of labor and have done it. When we had to leave our co-op, I laid down almost a whole house full of linoleum floors. Right? Someone showed me how to start, and I did almost the rest. I just worked with my father-in-law to lay down vinyl floors for my mother-in-law. So I just grew wheatgrass on my windowsill. Now I want to grow something else, and I have limited space. But these are the things I can roll up my sleeve and do these things. So I don't have any problem with work. But I'm not going to work for a system that's going to destroy me. I'd rather just sleep on a park bench because my consciousness, my soul won't let me do that. Okay, and that's where I am. So I keep making these videos and keep writing these books, and I'll probably be reading the books out loud. Two, um, you know, hopefully, and I doubt that this will happen, black people might wake up. It's possible. Or another community could say, you know what, Tim, I like what he's doing. Let's try to support him. Now that may not happen because in the past, when blacks didn't support black scholars, whites would say, well, we have to do something about the black people, so let's get their best and brightest, and we'll support them and let them go back in the community. And that will work because black people like that. When white people sanction it, or any other ethnic group sanction it, then they'll listen to it. Like I said, they look at the building after it's up. So if they see that you're successful already, they'll listen to you. They're not interested in making you successful. That used to happen in the past. The reason why black scholars are kind of not being brought up by, particularly by whites, is they found another solution to the problem. A final solution. Just killing Negroes. These people are abominations. They're not interested in knowledge. So even if we pull up the best and brightest, they're not going to listen to them. So they're just destroying us. And if you think I'm over-exaggerating, just go, if you live in a city, and if you're black, you probably live in or near a city, go walk through the city. Don't drive through on your way to work. Or drive into the city, into the neighborhoods, and just look. Look at the devastation. Because more than likely, you've been passing it and never went in to look. Sit in a mall and for 2 hours and watch black people and how they behave and how they actually look. I mean, these people, the drugs that our children are taking, the pharmaceuticals, it makes them psychotic. And you can see it when they're walking around the mall. First of all, we're walking around the mall aimlessly doing nothing. We're walking around the street aimlessly doing nothing. Sometimes I go and I sit downtown Brooklyn, and the homelessness is out of control in New York City. Mostly black. I go and I sit in Manhattan, mostly black. Why? It doesn't have to be that way. Because black scholars, such as myself, has put out plans. If you look through my videos, plan on top of plan on how we can live better, how we can live and share apartments, how we can live and share each room, each person gets a room, how to reimagine space so that all of us can have somewhere to stay. And all of us have a task to do to keep the community going. Nobody's interested. And so my thing is, I'm just going to keep doing it until uh, I'm completely out of it. And with this modern technology, I can keep doing it, even being displaced, not having a permanent home, or even going without food. Because at this point, I'm only eating one meal a day anyway. Because I know I'm preparing. I know what my people are because I'm a scholar. I know what I am, and I know they're not going to embrace it. Hell, maybe I'll start doing, I mean, because I like snacks, maybe I'll start doing food blogs. Maybe that'll work. Might get support for that. I'm not dressing up like no woman. I'm not putting on no wigs, so I'm not going to do that. But maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just do a food blog. Maybe I'll just do a snack blog. My people love stuff like that. Anyway, if you are a black scholar out there, I feel for you, and don't worry about it. Our time will come when we've loosened off these mortal coils, and we'll have some peace. Until the next video, and hopefully I'll be able to be back tomorrow, please take care of yourselves. It's a cold, cruel society out there.